Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we decode the hidden language of corporate filings, and today we're looking at a filing that seems to be about future funding for a company called ADM ENDEAVORS, Incorporated, and boy do they have an interesting structure for bringing in cash. So what is the big deal about this report? It seems like ADM ENDEAVORS is setting itself up to receive a significant chunk of funding in the near future, and they've put in place an agreement to make that happen. This is a current report that tells us about a major event that just happened. Before we dive into the nitty-gritty, if you enjoy getting clear explanations of complex financial documents like this, make sure you hit that subscribe button, and if you want to chat with other finance enthusiasts and get even more insights, join our Discord community. The link is in the description below. Now let's get to it. The company we are focused on is ADM ENDEAVORS Incorporated. They are incorporated in Nevada and their file number with the SECIs 000-56047. Their main business operations seem to be happening out of Texas. The heart of this filing, the most important part, is about a new agreement ADM ENDEAVORS Inc. has entered into. Think of it as a handshake deal for future money. It is called an equity financing agreement with a company named GHS Investments LLC. This deal is pretty straightforward, but with some interesting conditions. GHS Investments LLC has agreed to purchase up to $20 million of ADM ENDEAVORS Incorporated's common stock. Now, this money isn't coming all at once. It will come in stages or tranches, with each stage being up to $500,000. This is subject to the shares being properly registered with the authorities, and there are rules about how often they can sell and how much of the company GHS can own. So what is the price for these shares? The agreement has two different pricing structures. Before ADM ENDEAVORS Incorporated gets its stock listed on a major exchange like the NASDAQ Capital Market, GHS will buy the shares at 80% of the lowest trading price in the 10 days leading up to the sale. That is a pretty significant discount. Once the company is listed on NASDAQ, the buy-in price becomes 90% of the lowest average trading price over that 10-day period, but there is a floor, a minimum price of $1 per S-share. This structure incentivizes GHS to invest heavily early on, while also protecting ADM ENDEAVORS Incorporated once they are a publicly traded entity. As a sort of upfront fee for agreeing to this whole financing arrangement, ADM ENDEAVORS Incorporated is also immediately giving GHS Investments LLC over 1 million shares of their common stock, specifically 1156738 shares. This shows GHS is serious about the deal, and it's a way for ADM ENDEAVORS Incorporated to secure that commitment. Now, when you are dealing with stock sales and financing, especially when you are talking about future sales, you need to make sure those shares can be legally sold. That is where the registration rights agreement comes in. This is another deal ADM ENDEAVORS Incorporated signed with GHS Investments LLC on the same day. Under this agreement, ADM ENDEAVORS Incorporated has to file papers with the Securities and Exchange Commission, or SEC, to register the shares that GHS might buy through the equity financing agreement. They are obligated to register a large number of shares initially, around 29 million shares. As much as the SEC will allow, the company has to file the first registration document within 30 days and then work hard to get it approved by the SEC within 90 days after that. This is a crucial step to ensure that the shares GHS buys can eventually be sold to the public. These descriptions we've gone over are just summaries. The full detailed agreements, the equity financing agreement, and the registration rights agreement are attached as exhibits to this filing. Those are the actual contracts that lay out all the terms and conditions. For anyone who wants to dig even deeper, those documents are available for review. This filing also includes what is called a cover page interactive data file. This is basically a machine-readable version of the front page of the report, used for easier processing by computer systems. And finally, the report is signed off by the company's leadership. Mark Johnson, the Chief Executive Officer, has signed this report on December 23rd, 2025, confirming the accuracy of the information presented. Now let's look at the bigger picture here. ADM ENDEAVORS Incorporated is essentially securing a line of credit for up to $20 million. The key thing to notice is the pricing mechanism. The significant discount offered to GHS Investments LLC, especially before a NASDAQ listing, suggests that ADM ENDEAVORS might be in a position where generating cash through standard operations is challenging, or they're planning for significant expansion that requires this kind of capital infusion. The company's current address is in Haltom City, Texas. This indicates their operational base. The structure of this financing agreement hints at a few things. Firstly, ADM ENDEAVORS Incorporated is likely aiming for growth that requires substantial investment, potentially for expansion, new product development, or market penetration. The company is also acknowledging its current valuation, reflected in the discounted share price offered. This isn't necessarily a bad thing, it is a pragmatic approach to securing necessary funding in a way that benefits both parties. A major risk here is dilution. When a company issues a large number of new shares, especially at a discount, it can significantly dilute the ownership stake of existing shareholders. This means each existing share represents a smaller piece of the company, potentially lowering its value per S-share if the company's overall value doesn't increase proportionally. Another point to consider is the commitment fee of over 1 million shares. This is a direct cost to existing shareholders and needs to be weighed against the value of the financing secured. The company is essentially paying for future capital with immediate equity. However, the agreement also shows a clear path to a NASDAQ listing. If ADM Endeavors Incorporated successfully achieves this, it could dramatically increase their visibility, access to capital markets, and overall valuation. The registration rights agreement ensures that these shares can be readily traded, which is crucial for GHS Investments LLC to manage their investment. In conclusion, ADM Endeavors Incorporated is taking a proactive step to secure significant future funding. The strategy involves giving investors a favorable entry point in exchange for a substantial capital commitment. The success of this will heavily depend on the company's ability to execute its growth plans and achieve its NASDAQ listing. While dilution is a concern for current shareholders, the potential for increased company value and access to further capital markets could outweigh this risk if managed effectively. That is our breakdown of ADM Endeavors Incorporated's latest filing. What is your take on these numbers and what they signal for the company's future? Do you think this financing strategy is a smart move or a sign of weakness? Drop your thoughts in the comments. If this analysis was valuable, hitting that like button really helps, and subscribe for more deep dives. Don't forget to check out the Discord in the description. Thanks for watching. See you next time.